We open with the vultures, kissing the cannibals. Should I get lonely when I'm the only human in the heaving heat of the animals? Bitter brown salt stinging on my tongue. I wanna waver, I wanna wait its time. It will be ever burn. Burn your love into the ground, the lips of another. Do you get lonely? Should I get lonely sometimes? All my friends are wasted, and I hate this club. Man, I drink too much. Another Friday night I've wasted. My eyes are black and red. I'm crawling back to your bed. Another Friday night I've wasted. My eyes are black and red. I'm crawling back to your bed.
Hello and welcome to Rugby 1 at Cyncoed Campus. It's quarterfinals day here in the BUCS Super Rugby as Brunel have travelled over from West London to take on Cardiff Met, who are the current holders of the title. These two have had some fantastic games this season. Let's see what they've got in store for us this evening. Lane now with the dummy. That's a fantastic finish from Hannah Lane.
Chasing on his work on his. And she scored, looks like it.
Faster. This will let it go. I can let it go. This will let it go. I can let it go.
Paxton Powell, Paxton Powell, packing a punt in attack with Jess Rogers and her archers.
I'm on my way to get the full power. Win the game. First
Oh, that was a great interception.
Great interception there.
even if you still don't get it, just wait. I'm about to go like bigger, bolder, faster.
We have fantastic weather here at Rugby 1 in Cyncoed Stadium at Cardiff Met as well. We have obviously a hugely important season already behind us in terms of some of the games that have been played. Cardiff Met and Brunel have both had outstanding seasons so far. Let's see how Cardiff Met were able to progress to the quarterfinals. Lane now with the dummy. That's stunning. Short ball from Met in the line out, and it's a try for Jess Rogers. Really good running down the right-hand side for Met, cuts inside. Scored!
8, 9, 3,
So I'm here with Maisie Davis, Welsh international prop, former Cardiff Met student as well. Maisie, thank you very much for joining us here this afternoon.
No problem.
You won't have played Brunel because it's their first season in the BUCS Super Rugby, but what are you hoping to see this evening?
I think it's going to be a really good game, actually. Like, I've been looking forward to it all day. It's nice weather. The girls have got a really strong team out today, and I know Brunel have been doing really well in the league, so I think it'll be a good test for Cardiff Met. Hopefully, we come out with a win, but it should be a good game regardless.
Yeah, I'm sure. And you were champion with Cardiff Met last season as well. How much do you want to get out there again this afternoon?
Yeah, no, I'd love to play with the girls again. In my first year, I probably played my most with uni, and it was probably my favourite rugby. My favourite rugby game was down here against Loughborough. So, I'd love to play with them, but also I love being on the sidelines supporting them too.
Yeah, brilliant. And how closely have you been tracking the season so far? I mean, have you been aware of some of the results so far against Brunel this season?
Yeah, for sure. I come down with Brunel now. Yeah. I watch whenever they're live streamed. I watch, and I just love watching rugby. But Brunel have been really good. Neve Gallagher for them has been really class, and I know they've got Annabelle Meta who's been playing in the Prem too, so they've got some really exciting talent and they've been putting on really good performances.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what are we hoping to see from Cardiff Met? Do you think they'll be making any changes in terms of their tactics or style?
Well, we've got a few players returning from injury, Abby Mayrick in the front row, which would be great, and also Freya Bell in the centre, who I think will bring a sense of leadership and stuff like that. And also we've got Jess Rogers back, which will be class for us too. So I think we've got a really good balance now with leaders in the team, but also like freshers and people who have really made their mark on the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you mentioned Jess Rogers as there. Who else would be your players to watch out for this evening?
I'm a big fan of Freya Bell, so I think she'll be really good and key for Cardiff Met today. But also Maddie at number 8, I think she's been probably one of the best players for Met this season and a real standout, so I'll be looking out for her too. Yeah,
absolutely. And you've had an amazing season so far, played for Gwalior Lightning, Bristol Bears as well, so you started a few games in a row more recently too. What's that experience been like for you?
Yeah, it's been invaluable, to be honest. Like, I'm playing with and against some of the best players in the world. Like Celtic Challenge has been great, and I had a good run of games, but also it was a great opportunity for me to go to Bristol and like really test myself against the best in the world. So not only am I playing against them, I'm also training with them week in, week out. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, and you mentioned some of the players that you've been playing with and against. You know, you've got World Cup winners there in that Bristol Bears squad in terms of Sarah Byrne, Hannah Bottoman as well. What have you been able to pick up from them this season?
Well, especially them being front row. Like it's only my probably like second year playing in the front row, so like I'm always learning new things. And like Sarah Byrne, for example, really helps me in my scrummaging, and I think that's really special. Like she's had like mountains of experience and is helping me along the way, which is class.
Yeah, sure. And you've also got some of the former Cardiff Met players as well within the squad. Savannah Picton-Powell, Seren Singleton as well. Do you feel that there's a pipeline emerging of Cardiff Met players into that kind of professional area?
Yeah, I think it's just about girls playing, to be honest. Like, I know Sarah and Savannah are back now with Brithon, but like the experience they've had from Bristol like has only benefited them. Like, I don't think it's a negative thing, but also like the key thing is just to play, and they're playing week in, week out, which is brilliant.
Yeah, of course. And you've got Six Nations coming up in less than 2 months as well. What's the feeling about that?
Yeah, excited. Like, we definitely didn't put our best performance out, especially in the World Cup. So it's about changing like the way we've played and like probably like not living up to expectations, because we've got an expectation in us as a squad, and how we performed in the World Cup wasn't that. So it's about putting our best foot forward and putting the stuff we've been learning in training into the games.
Yeah, absolutely. And also in terms of Lisa Newton as well, head coach of Cardiff Met, how important has she been for your development?
Yeah, she's been huge, and she's been huge for so many players in this pathway. Like, the amount she drives this programme is incredible. Like, we wouldn't have the performance pathway we do here at Cardiff Met without her. So yeah, she's great.
Fantastic. Maisie, I think you're commentating as well, so we'll hear you in a few minutes too, but earlier we were able to catch up with head coach Lisa Newton and also Brunel coach Abby Burton. So here with Lisa Newton, head coach of Cardiff Met. So Brunel this afternoon, quarterfinal, obviously their first season in the BUCS Super Rugby as well. What's the feeling within the camp?
Yeah, do you know what? Like, we've had a really tough run of games since Christmas. Like, a lot of changes happened within our programme. I think Brunel have done a fantastic job in their first season of WBSR, and they've definitely showed that they deserve to be in the league and in the space. I think it's going to be a really spicy encounter. I'm looking forward to it. I think for us, in terms of our preparation, we know exactly what we want to get out of today and how we want to play, and it'll be about us dictating what the rugby looks like. That's the plan.
Sure. And you mentioned the preparation as well. How much of it has been focused on what you can control, and how much of it has been learning from the games that you've had with Brunel so far this season?
Yeah, we've definitely done a bit of learning around our performances. I'd like to say that we focus very much on ourselves and what we're capable of rather than looking at the opposition. I think we've got some incredible rugby players within the programme. We've got girls coming back from injury today, which is also really exciting. So yeah, the squad going out is a good squad, really competitive squad, and I'm excited to see what rugby we play.
Yeah, brilliant. And in terms of players coming out from Celtic Challenge as well, how important is that to be able to have a few starting in your lineup again?
Yeah, it's massive. I'm grateful to the coaches of the Celtic Challenge working with us to make sure that all of the girls involved are getting the best, sort of most meaningful game time for them. And I think that's really important for player development and student athlete development here. And yeah, it's definitely going to have an effect on the wider squad in terms of the confidence that we can go into this game with.
Brilliant. Lisa Newton, thanks very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Here with World Cup winner Abby Burton, coach of the Brunel team. It's your first playoff, first season as a team as well. What's the feeling within the camp?
Yeah, excited at the opportunity. I think I said at the start of the season, if we want to be the best, we've got to play against the best. And playing against last year's champs, that's trying to play against the best there. So, yeah, very excited for today. Obviously, in the league season, Met won one, we've won one. So I think it'll be a really exciting matchup today.
Yeah, awesome. I think it was fairly one-sided in both games. I think 45-12 and 43-10 in the end. So, I mean, how important is the momentum going to be in terms of the swings within the game?
Yeah, I think it's understanding, especially within this league, that results can go either way. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to face, and I think that's the beauty of BUCS Rugby at the moment. I think for the girls, it's just making sure that we're putting ourselves forward in the right direction and understanding that, yes, we might get thrown some obstacles today, but it's how we come back from those. So very much keeping the spirits high within the camp.
Yeah, brilliant. And what have you spoken about in terms of preparation leading up to the game as well, in terms of Cardiff Met specifically?
Yeah, we've spoken a lot about, obviously, Cardiff have threats all around the park, but also at the same time, we want to make sure that we don't want to look too much at other people, we want to look at ourselves, especially this year being our first year. We want to build on every single performance, and that's what we've been trying to do. So, yeah, very much looking at ourselves for the past couple of weeks.
Fantastic. Thanks very much and all the best for the game.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant. So that was Abby Burton, of course, World Cup winner with England last summer as well, played in the final victory against Canada. The teams have finished warming up. We're just a few minutes away from showing you the game live here on Cardiff Met Sport TV. But first, we're able to catch up with Broughton Thunder player and starter this evening, Jess Rogers.
Jess, thank you for coming down to Rugby 1. So how are you preparing differently for the game against Brunel than last time?
Our tackle tech and dominance around the breakdown and two-man tackles were a bit poor the last time we played them, so we've been focusing on that.
So obviously last time we played Brunel here at Rugby 1 wasn't the best result coming out of it. See, what do you expect Brunel to bring?
Like I said, they're dominant around that breakdown, so I think they'll be good ball carriers and try to get our front foot there. So as long as we can shut them down, I think it'll be a different game.
So obviously this is different from last season where you had an away set quarterfinal. What's different with the fans being there now for the home quarterfinal? How are they going to impact the game?
I think absolutely having the fans make the game so much more, and you want to play for your university a little bit more. Last year we had Edinburgh away, so obviously that's a trek, and we get a bus there and back, so it's a hard game to play.
So talk to us a bit about the feeling of having a playoffs game. Obviously you've been here last season, you did it last season. What's the buzz around the playoffs, BUCS playoffs?
It's like you can't lose. I think that's the buzz. It's a must-win game every game, and if you don't underperform, you don't go in. And that could be my last game of Met.
It could be, yeah, it could very well be. Obviously, you've been involved in the Celtic Challenge. That's obviously had a massive impact on the season. How big of an impact has that had on the season?
Yeah, we lose so many girls to Celtic Challenge for them girls to develop more into the national kind of squad. So it affects us, but the girls that kind of replaced us has really stepped up their game.
Is it a bit of a testament to how good of a programme is here Met, that when you lose players like yourself, that you have players to come in instead of you?
Absolutely. The depth of the programme since I've even been here has become even bigger. We're now got a thirds team, so it's brilliant.
Yeah. So obviously, Brunel's first time in the playoffs. You thinking there's going to be nerves with them as it's their first time?
I think absolutely they'll take confidence from beating us home in the league, but any team will have nerves in the playoffs.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jess.
No worries.
So that was Jess Rogers, club captain of Cardiff Met, being interviewed by our correspondent, Claire Morgan. Now, the teams are expected to be out in just a couple of minutes, so for now, we'll pass over to our commentators, Maisie Davis and Evan Pearce.
Thank you very much, Tom. It all comes down to this. One team season will end today. It's the BUCS Super Rugby Milk Championship Cup quarter-final. Straight knockout, no second chances. The semi-final is at stake and a chance for some silverware awaits. It's 1-1 between these teams coming into this, a dominant win away from home against each other. Can Brunel rock the reigning champions, or will the Archers deliver the crucial blow? The answer is 80 minutes away, and I am joined by Maisie Davis up here on the gantry to bring you every second of this clash. Maisie, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, very excited. This is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like it's a game both teams want to win. It's perfect weather to play exciting rugby.
We are going to take a look at the teams before the game commences. Cardiff Met go with a strong 15. Emily Joyce leads from the front. She is the highest capped player in this Met side, and she is co-captained with Morgan Burke. Morgan Burke moves from full-back to the wing. She's a master under the high ball and very, very quick. Catherine Stewart makes her way back into the side. She's at blindside flanker. She takes the spot over her sister Leah, who's on the bench today. She has bags of experience this season, does Leah, with appearances for Wales and RGC before coming here to Met. On to the Brunel side. We have got a Scottish back row, Izzy Twigger at open side flanker and Scarlett Down at number 8. Both of them have appearances for Scotland in the 20s and bags of experience with the trail finders. Scarlett Down is a serious leader. Her work rate cannot be understated. She's a hard carrier and a very, very good tackler. And Sophie Moulton captains the side tonight. She is a very, very experienced head. Made her PWR debut at 18 with the trail finders and has an 88% pass accuracy in the PWR this season. Crystal James is named on the bench. She has Wales under 20s appearances with plenty of the Met players and a try on debut for the Trailfinders in the PWR Cup against Gloucester. She will hope to do that again today in her capital. Back to Cardiff Met side. As we mentioned, Emily Joyce is the captain today. She's very, very highly capped, a very experienced player, an MSc student here at Met. Morgan Burke is alongside her as the other captain. She moves from full-back to the wing, dangerous under the high ball and very, very quick feet. Catherine Stewart is another experienced player. She comes back into the back row over her sister Leah. Wales age grade and RGC age grade caps for her. Leah, her sister, is on the bench today. Obviously, the chemistry between her and her sister will be phenomenal if they come on at the same time. Maisie, any players I've missed out there that will be ones to look out for tonight?
Yeah, there's quite a few, to be honest. I think Elizabeth Cook in the front row is always great for Cardiff Met. Maddie Hughes has been brilliant, like I said in the preview, every game, and Freya Bell and Evie Loizos, they both love to defend and attack, so it should be a great game, to be honest with you. You
mentioned Freya Bell and Evie Loizos there. That is some centre partnership for Cardiff Met, two phenomenal players.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think they both love defending more than they love attacking, so I think that's exciting, but also, like, they're both great hard ball carriers. And Freya coming back in with her experience with Wales and 20s will be brilliant for this Cardiff Met side today.
Evie played with you in the final last year, the famous final. How big is this for her today? What will it mean to her?
Yeah, well, I didn't actually play in the final, so I can't take credit for that win. But I think she'll love playing against this Brunel side. They're like a hard ball carrying side, and she loves, like I said, defending, so she'll thrive in these situations.
The teams are coming out now. We are merely minutes away from kickoff in this colossal clash. This is massive. If you can't get up for this game, I think rugby might be the wrong sport for you.
I definitely agree.
What's important for these two teams now? The first 10 minutes is always crucial in a game like this.
Yeah, I think just, like, it's quite cliche, but, like, sticking to your game plan, like, things probably aren't going to go right. It's a game of rugby, but it's who's going to stick on their script, and that team will win today.
Brunel are coming into this game with a better run of form than Met. You know, Met haven't won a game this calendar year, conceding 164 points. Will it be drilled into them that defence is everything today, or will they stick to the attacking?
No, I think just sticking to what we've done. Like, we might not have won the game, but we have a lot of changes in Met with the Celtic Challenge, people going to a PWR side. So, like, I think people don't really realise how much Met, like, take an impact from that. But, like, the girls who have stepped up have done a great job. They just haven't had, like, much experience at this BUCS Super Rugby level. So I think it's all to play for today. There's not a side that is definitely going to win.
We're underway here. First few carries are massive. Make their stamp on this game. Brunel are sticking with the tight phases first. And it's going to be Sophie Moulton with the first box kick. Her kicking game is phenomenal at 9. We'll expect to see much of that today. Met return. It's going to be the first line out of the game. Set pieces, Maisie, are another huge aspect of this game. You know, and what can we expect to see today?
Yeah, Michael Vaughan does a lot of work with the girls. I know, like, scrummaging and line-out wise. So I think he'll expect a good performance. And I know Met really strive for clean set piece. So. But like I said, Annabelle Meta has been playing in the PWR, so that scrummaging experience that she'll have, I know she's newly transitioned to front row, but she's still playing against people, and I know there'll be lots of people in trail finders who are giving her even more experience.
Back into
As I speak about it, that's a great carry from her.
Back into open play, Annabelle Meta, a familiar name. Good defence by Met there. Sophie Moulton to wing the ball out again. It's a big carry by Izzy Twigger, the Scot. It's off the boot of Emily Lunn. A lovely kick into the arms of Clara Stevens. Step outside. It's a scruffy ruck. Saran Griffiths is there. Saran's moved to full back today, Maisie. You know, it's so versatile as a player, and you know, having chemistry with Catherine Stewart and Leah Stewart, all three play for the same home club. She speaks for herself, really.
Yeah, for sure, and she's a very agile and fast player, so that's probably why she's been slotted into full back, but also keeping Morgan Burke on the wing. So I'm expecting to see plenty of line breaks from her today.
And you know, Clara Stevens has got a lovely boot, and so does Saran Griffiths. Will they try and use that kicking game today, or will they stick to playing hands and knocking on the door?
I think it's just about getting the balance. Like, we don't need to kick if things aren't on, but also, like, if we need to get out of trouble, it's great to have two players who have got a hell of a boot. But also, like, I know Freya does too, so we're lucky with our backfield.
As we right on cue, Clara Stevens with a little Gary Bowen over the top. Sophie Moulton recovers the ball. She takes it into contact now. Evie Loizos trying to get her hands on that ball in the ruck, but to no avail.
It's so great to see Abby Mayrick back on the pitch. You know, I'd been 20 months out from playing, like, 2 back-to-back ACL injuries, and to see her down here today is really special.
She'll be raring to go today as well. You know, quite an experienced player. She'll be crucial in the set pieces. You know, line-outs and scrums are kind of her bread and butter.
Yeah, definitely. Like, she's had loads of experience, like you've just said. She's played for the Barbarians, which I know that's where she had her injury from. But, like, playing with some of the best in the world, like, that's an unbelievable experience.
You say about playing with the best in the world. You know, there's so many of these Brunel players who play for the Trailfinders. I've counted, I believe, 12 in the squad, and you've got experience yourself. How big is that? You know, having that kind of knowledge of the game.
Yeah, it's huge. Like, they're going away and training with Trailfinders, like you said, and then coming back into their university sides and bringing that knowledge and experience. So yeah, it's invaluable for themselves, but also the players they're playing with.
We're about 5 minutes in here. The ball's been all over the pitch. Both teams with very equal possession. Another line out. An overthrow. Who will get there first? It is Emily Lunn. She presents the ball.
That's a great turnover from Jess
Turnover
Rogers there.
for Met. That's huge. From, you mentioned Mikey Vaughan before. He's a big character. How important is he to the camp? Not only on a rugby basis, but on a spirit basis.
Yeah,
as well.
he's huge for this Cardiff Met side. Like, he loves what he does here at Cardiff Met, and I think that makes him such a great coach. Like you said, he's got that great coach-player relationship, but also, like, he's a very knowledgeable man, especially about his scrummaging, and he's very passionate. So
and a lovely
he's huge
haircut
for
to
this
go with
Cardiff
it as
Met
well.
side.
Back into play, line out after line out here. Met are going to try and play it here. Out wide all the way to the left flank. There's a bit of space here for Sharon Griffiths, but it's been called back for a forward pass. The first scrum of the game.
I think that's quite harsh.
No bias here at Met. First scrum, massive. This is your bread and butter, Maisie. What can we hope to see here?
Well, I'm hoping for a good contest, but we shall see now.
Sophie Moulton to feed the ball in. Meta Jones and Candlin against Joyce, Mayrick and Cookie. 3 big names in the Met side. Met win it
I think it bounced off the
comfortably.
hooker's leg.
Sharon Griffiths with a kick through. Look at the bounce, a lovely kick to gain some yards. Measuring the bounce perfectly there.
I'm not quite sure it's the right option. I think it was on, to be honest, with the hands, but
Bit of an overlap, but it's in fairness, making quick decisions like that in a game of this.
yeah, definitely.
Of
And
this
it's easy
capacity.
for me to say when I'm looking at the whole
That's
pitch.
the thing, is is so from Moulton out to Emily Lunn. A big carry by Scarlett Down. And another turnover for Met. I believe that was Catherine Stewart. Huge turnover. That'll be Clara Stevens to find touch here. Hopefully. Lovely kick, line out just inside the 22 here. Abby Mayrick was down there waiting for the ball to come into her hands.
Is this her first throw in?
I believe she's had a couple. There was an overthrow earlier. She'll hope to regather after that one. There's a free kick there. Is it not straight?
No, I think it was a double pump.
Faking the throw. A footballer's move.
That's interesting how Brunel have gone for a tap and go there.
In their own 22 nearly. Kick option was a tough one, as you do have to find the bounce, but a tap and go it is. There's a kick, but it's charged down, but it's coming back. Penalty advantage. Brunel come into this game on the back of 2 good wins, beating second place Loughborough and Cardiff Uni on the bounce. Hoping to make it 3 from 3. Missed touch there, but it's come off the foot of Morgan Burke and out to touch. Line now just past the halfway line. Hayley Jones, England under 18 captain, to throw the ball in. Bit of confusion in the line. Goes to the back. There's a hand on it by, I believe, Rose Walker, who has come on early. Ball out, a lovely tip out the back. A wide pass out to Evie Loizos. Strong carry, gained some metres there.
It's on if they get it
Back
out wide
in
here.
field, there's an overlap here. They'll hope to get the ball out wide. Cookie takes it in. Lovely carry again. Playing all the way out wide. Playing to the edge, as they say. It's going to be Merrick with another carry. Depth through the tackle. But she is pulled down by Annabella Meta. Lois Jones throws it out wide. Evie Loizos takes it into contact. She's still going. Els Watkins comes out. Clara Stevens. That's a lovely pass. And Maddie Hughes is through. A lovely offload, and they're still going here, Cardiff Met. Lovely, fast, open play. Something we can expect to see much of from them in this game. They're still knocking at the door. 7 metres out here.
Penalty advantage as well.
Penalty advantage. They go out wide. There's a little overlap. Lois Jones with the offload. And Margot Sherrier edging towards that line. They're still going. Pick and go around the corner now. Believe that's Cookie going in. There's tense stuff down here at Rugby 1. The ball is unplayable, so we're bringing it back to a penalty advantage. Cookie storming towards us. She takes it in. This is huge. Can she get over? She's pulled up just in front of that post protector. Met look. It's held on to, but the penalty goes Brunel's way. Not, I believe, holding on was the call there, Maisie. Lovely little phase of play there by Met, getting themselves from inside their own half down to the Brunel 5 metre line. It shows how dangerous they are on the attack. You know, Evie Loizos with a masterful carry there.
Yeah, it was a great carry. I think times like that, like we need to be clinical there, but also like we've had a lot of possession here, so it's a positive, and we've got another chance to attack here now.
Bit of a miss kick. Morgan Burke regathers and takes it in. Els Watkins chucks it out to Clara Stevens. She goes into the hands of Emily Joyce, the captain. A wide pass to Catherine Stewart. Out to... it's going all the way out wide here. Lovely hit by Lauren Casson. Ball comes back into play. Clara Stevens has controlled the play brilliantly here so far. 12 minutes in. A try for Met now would be a great starter point. Looking dominant so far. And Sarah Griffiths finds a gap, and she's going all the way. Lovely feet. We mentioned how dangerous she was, and she's crossed for a first score of this quarter-final. That is huge, right underneath the posts. Clara Stevens will hope to add on the points.
That was a great team try there, and then finished by some individual excellence. I think every player touched the ball at some point in that phase.
That was a great passage of play. Started all the way back with Evie Loizos' carry. Sarah Griffiths picks it up then, steps inside, pushes off the tackle, and under the post she goes. It's a kick for Clara Stevens to put Met 7 ahead.
I think it's Maddie.
Maddie is on the conversions today. I apologise.
I'm all for that. I love a forward that kicks.
Who does that? I think is it Canada's second row kicks for them?
Yeah, Sophie Dugardie.
It's something we don't see often in rugby, but when it does happen, it puts a smile on your face. Nice, accurate kick there by Maddie. Brunel come back. What would have been said under the posts there, Maisie?
Nothing too discouraging. I think Brunel just probably aren't playing in the right areas at the minute. They've missed touch or they've tapped and go in there 22. So I don't think there's anything like to be concerned about. I think it's just about regaining possession and then putting this Met under pressure.
We're underway again. There's a kick into Maddie Hughes.
Probably
bounces off and
not kick
goes
into
again.
the Met's strongest carrier.
Cookie goes in on. It's a lovely pass out the back. We're going to go all the way again. Sharon Griffiths gathers the ball. She bounces off one tackle. And then finally is pulled down. Incredible work rate by Elizabeth Cook there, working around the corner, carrying and carrying again. Oh, it was close to being an opening again there for Maddie Hughes. Ball just slipped away from her hand. The pass was just behind her. Encouraging stuff for Met here. But it only takes one moment to change the outcome. And it's still early doors. 15 minutes played here. Cardiff Met 7, Brunel 0. We're packing down for another scrum right in the centre of the pitch.
I think it's only the second scrum. It's a great day to be a front row.
We saw last week some handling errors by Met. That's the first one we've had so far tonight. Is that something they will have been working on in training?
Yeah, I definitely think Eleanor Snowzell wouldn't be too happy with the handling errors because it's basic skills. But look, this Met team looks like they've gelled together even more than they have this season. So I think just not giving a 50-50 offload or not giving a pass if it's not on, like, let's just go like forward with the ball if the option out the back isn't on.
Ball goes into the scrum. It will be Brunel's ball.
Brunel are having trouble with their feet here. That's the second time that's happened now.
Is that down to the wrong footwear? Do you reckon they've kind of underestimated how dry it's been?
No, I just think
days?
The feed's bouncing off the hooker's leg, so if I was Brunel front row, I'd be having a stern word with the 9 right now.
Another scrum, chance for redemption for Brunel. We are packing down. We mentioned the Brunel back row in the lineups. Lucy Sharp at 6, Izzy Twigger at 7, and Scarlett Down at 8. You know, they're very, very good players, big carriers and very good scrummagers as well. It's fumbled by Brunel. We're going back to the penalty advantage.
I talked about Freya Bell and Evie Loizos loving to defend. I think Freya Bell's had 2 great tackles and I think Evie's just made that one, so they're doing a great job for Met in the centre.
Very physical. Evie Loizos with a lovely break earlier as well. An all-rounder in this game. Will be a Cardiff Met scrum. 2 knock-ons on the bounce. Els Watkins is back in the squad this week at 9. She replaces Katie Bevans, product of the Worcester Under-18s Academy. And it's another penalty for Met off the scrum, another error by Brunel. They're going to go quick. Maddie Hughes has gone quick. It's Lois Hughes on the ball now. She goes out. Lovely. And it's dropped on the floor and is out for a line out. I lost the ball for a second there. Dayung and Snowy, you know, Dayung new to the Cardiff Met setup, and you mentioned Snowy before. They're both experienced, hoping to proceed tonight. It's dropped by Maddie Hughes.
That's the second time now Met have done a quick tap and like it hasn't gone to plan. I think we're probably trying to rush decisions. Whereas let's just set up, let's either go for another scrum or let's go to the line out. Like, let's get our set piece play like Snowy Eleanor Snowser loves a set piece play, so let's go through with them moves.
You mentioned, decision making is a huge part of rugby as a game, and in a game like this, it's crucial to make those decisions in good time and and ensure something comes out on the end of them.
But also, like, adrenaline's high, like, you're probably not making the right decisions at the time, but, like, in that moment you think it's the right decision. But it's just about controlling them emotions and doing what's best for the team at the time.
20 minutes in here, Met still lead. A good tackle on the far side. Maisie Riddle stepping into the 9 position. Brunel played out wide. Some lovely hands by Amy Wilcox. And she's offloaded it to Lauren Casson. She's going all the way. She's still going. Can Morgan Burke catch her? No, she slides off the tackle. And it is it's Lauren Casson who crosses for Brunel's first. A chance to bring the game back level. 20 minutes in here.
That's well worked, just basic draw and give along the line there.
Holding on to the ball till the right second and getting that pass underway, and some individual brilliance by Lauren Casson to go all the way and beat a couple of defenders there. You see the ball coming through the hands, and it's Lauren Casson breaking off tackles. Sarah Griffiths commits a bit early. Morgan Burke with the chase, but she slides off. And it is a try for Brunel.
They could probably see how tight Cardiff Met were to that breakdown then, and Brunel have just executed and gone straight out weak shoulders, and it's broke through this Cardiff Met side.
It's a try from nothing. Met were caught a bit tight, as you said, down that far side. And it'll be Lauren Leone to add the extras. She converts beautifully. It's all level here at Cardiff Met. 7-all, 20 minutes played. Met storming back to take this kickoff. 20 minutes in, what have we seen so far, Maisie?
We've seen what both sides can do when they've got ball in hand and are just executing basic skills. Like, Met have had some really exciting passages of play, and we've just seen how dangerous Brunel have been, but silly or little mistakes like that are costing Brunel at the minute.
There's a lovely deep kick by Clara Stevens, and she just put it through the basket, and Emily Lunn couldn't quite hold on to it. And it's going to be a scrum on the 10-metre line from nothing for Cardiff Met here. Huge scrum. Cardiff Met can get points back here. Put their heads up high. And it's fed in by Els Watkins. Ball's at the back. She's gone straight to Freya Bell with a big carry. And it's been turned over there, I believe, for rolling after the tackle was made. Amy Wilcox going to find touch here. She does find touch this time. Launched into the bench. Nice to see the fans coming down to support tonight. You know, the biggest game of Met season so far. What difference does that make to you as a player, you know, going from playing at Rugby 1 and then into Bristol Bears, you know, in front of a bigger crowd there?
Yeah, I think when you're playing, you probably don't feel the pressure from the crowd so much, but obviously it's great, like moments like this, you definitely hear them and you definitely hear them support. And like you said, it's a lovely evening for the girls to come down and support this Met side. And like Met have got a great community here. Like there's always
missed touch there.
Yeah, the girls always work something and get the girls to come down and support this team.
There's an overlap for Mattia. Freya Bell goes alone. She's into contact. 2 players over her. Maddie Hughes with a dummy and then storms through. But pulled down. They're utilising the forwards to chuck it out to the backs, and it's Sharon Griffiths who goes. And it's going to go to the 5 by Margot Cherrier. Ball still with Met. It's Jess Rogers to take it in. 5 metres out here. Cookie thinks she's seen something. She takes them ever so closer. And it's a try. It is Maddie Hughes with a try for Met. A lovely try. Well worked. Ball out to the right hand side. Plays it back across and it goes over in the corner. 12-7 Met so far.
Now it's time for her to convert her own try. I'd love to know how many points she scored this season.
Maddie Hughes with a try. She's going to go up to convert her own. Chance to make this 11 points for herself in this game. We see the replay here. A lovely carry by Jess Rogers through contact. Cookie recycles the ball, powers through 3 tacklers, and then makes Maddie Hughes' job easy. Small carry over the line. It's Met. Maddie Hughes lining up for the conversion here. Goes quiet here at Rugby 1. Maddie Hughes taking her time. And it's over. Another lovely kick by Maddie Hughes. Great kick. Met 7 points clear here. 25 minutes played. It's an end-to-end stuff here at Rugby 1. Amy Wilcox to get us back in the way. Goes out to the right. And it's Rose Walker who takes it in. She's on in place of Mia Half-Bowen. Poor communication, the ball goes loose and it's Brunel here to have a go. They go out to Emily Lunn. Emily Lunn with a little kick over the top. Bounces awkwardly. But Morgan Boyk, the captain, regathers and takes it in. Met holding on to the ball. And he's going to go all the way back to Clara Stevens, who gets rid of the ball. Just misses touch, but it bounces. And it's Emily Lunn now to have a go. Oh. A grubber kick which worked perfectly for her. A lovely kick straight into the hands of her own player.
I'm not sure she was meant to do that, but it was great regardless.
I'm sure she will claim that was on purpose. Met back with the ball, a lovely carry through contact for Emily Joyce. Els Watkins with a lethal pass. Drills it, but it's been turned over and it's Bethan Candlin. Never mind, the penalty goes back in Met's favour. No releasing, and we've got a player down here. Plenty going on to entertain the crowd here at Rugby 1 tonight. 21 points in the first 28 minutes. It's huge. There's a replay of that turnover here. Big carry into contact by Maddie Hughes.
I think Met are quite lucky there.
Bethan Candlin, why would you say that, Maisie?
I think she's on the ball. I think Maddie done herself a bit of a disservice from carrying so well. Like, she was isolated by herself, but the referee's always right, I guess. Such
a small margin for error when you do go in for those turnovers, or there's so many different penalties you can give away. Hands can't go down on the floor. You can't touch your knees on the floor. So it is a very, very tough skill to master. We're coming back to play here. Met debating what's the move. Believe they've opted for the scrum. There's a substitution, and it is, I believe, Molly Crabb who comes back onto the pitch.
I don't think it is. I think Abby Merrick's still on.
It is Abby Merrick, sorry.
They both wear a scrum cap.
Ball fed in to the scrum. There's a bit of bouncing in the middle there. Well held by Cardiff Met. An opportunity for the BUCS to play.
That's a great kick.
A lovely kick. Finds touch on the bounce is Freya Bell. An experience. Looks so calm down there. He looks content up there, does Vorney.
It's definitely the right decision from Freya there. I think they went girl on girl, so relieve pressure from Met, put the pressure back onto Brunel to play out.
Brunel here, playing out wide again. A big hit by Maddie Hughes. Stops them in their tracks, slows the game right down. Met wanting to play at their own pace here. Brunel doing everything in their capability to stop that. Box kick by Sophie Moulton. Lands nicely into the hands of Shannon Griffiths. She carries but is tipped out. Couple nervous faces in the crowd so far. I wouldn't say there's much to be nervous about so far in this game. It is tight, but it's early doors. 10 minutes to the half. This next 10 minutes is crucial for both sides. You know, a try for Met puts them 2 tries in the lead. But Brunel can come straight back into it. What will be the consensus down on the pitch at the moment?
I think, like you just said, finishing this half off strong, going into half-time 14-7 gives Cardiff Met a great start to the second half, but then going in, drawing at 14-all, then it's all to play for. So, like you just said, how both teams finish this half and start the second half will really determine how this game goes.
10 minutes either side of the half are crucial in a game like this. You can see the subs in the background. Fresh legs will be definitely used in this second half. Free kick for Met.
Met have definitely had the upper hand this half in the scrum.
It's looked very dominant in the Met camp from a scrum perspective. A free kick, so I believe tap and go 5 metres in their own half. They use Maddie Hughes again. She uses the tip to Cookie, takes it into contact.
That's not a bad tip too, is it?
The front row, Cookie especially has been utilised as that kind of connection between the forwards and the backs tonight, and she's been so great at doing so. Maddie Hughes carries high into the contact, comes out on top. And we see that again, the trying to link between the forwards and the back. It just goes loose there. It has been stolen, but it's a penalty. Off feet there. The Brunel prop. Another penalty. Discipline's been up and down in this game so far. Plenty of penalties. A lovely kick to touch. Right on the 22-metre line. Plenty of danger in the Met backs to go again and extend their lead. It's been a glorious day here at Rugby 1. And as dusk settles, we see great line-out skills by Met down into the maul. Maul's going closer to the touchline. The ball is at the back with Abby Mayrick. They're still going. Cookie stood in the front. storming forward. Referee calls once. The ball is allowed to stop 3 times before the ball must be used. And they're peeling off and still going here. It's Catherine Stewart who takes it in. It is down and the ball comes out. It's Freya Bell with a tip to Evie Loizos. She goes down on the 5 metre line. Met go back the other way. And it's Maddie Hughes now storming forward. Strong tackles by Brunel. The ball's going to go out wide. There's a little gap there.
Oh, it's
But
great.
Catherine Stewart doesn't want it. Lovely hands by Met. Freya Bell with a catch behind her head. There's Cookie now to take it forward. She's brought down 3 metres out. Abby Merrick goes over. Luckily she's pulled back. Pickham goes, getting ever closer to that line. And the penalty's been given to Brunel. Not presenting, I believe.
I think I want to say it's double movement.
Another double movement on the 5 metre line. So much to understand in a game of rugby. I could never ever be a referee.
No me.
Brunel put it out. We'll see that double movement call again here. They're coming back of the line out. And a maul now, Brunel to have a go, driving forward. Calls of encouragement coming from the front, but it does go down. Brunel still have the ball, marching forward. Ball goes out again. Melanie Phillips with the carry. She was in part of the squad last time here at Met when Brunel dominated the scoreboard. Brunel opting to hold on to the ball, gain those little metres and hope for an opening here. The ball goes out to the lovely line by Izzy Twigger. Going to go all the way now. There comes the kick by Emily Lunn. Straight out, so we're coming back for a line out underneath our noses here on the gantry. You can see the pink skies over Cyncoed Campus. Lovely views here from Rugby 1. See that scoreboard again. 14-7. 3 minutes till the half. Just standing into the line out. Cookie brings the call. And it's Abby Merrick to throw in. Into the middle. Slightly misjudged, only one lifter. And now goes Hayley Jones on a rampage. She's absolutely rapid and she's going to go all the way just before half time. And she does get there. That is a huge try in this game.
That is some pace for a front row forward.
I nearly lost her there. Hayley Jones, the England under-18s captain, has caps for the 20s as well. She shows her experience down here at Rugby 1. 14-12, 2 minutes to go. An opportunity for Lauren Leone to add the add-ons. We see that overthrow, miscommunication in the line-out. She bounces off one tackle and puts the afterburners on, goes all the way. Sarah Griffiths with a very good chase but didn't quite get there. And now Lauren Leone can add 2 points to bring this game level just before half-time. We mentioned the importance of holding on to the ground before half-time from Met. They have failed to do that, and it is all level here again at Rugby 1. You see a few of the Rugby 1's boys there. Nice to see them down here supporting the women's.
It definitely makes the second half very
It's
exciting.
going to be an interesting 40 minutes after this break. chance for both sides to regather their breath and their thoughts and come out fresh for the second half. Should we expect to see any changes at half-time, Maisie?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest. It just depends what the coaches are seeing, I guess. Like, I don't think anything's like going too wrong. I just think it's just little miscommunication, like that line out. It was a great ball from Abby, but was everyone on the same page with it? So it's just about getting simple things right. I think it's Abby's first game back from injury, like I said. So, like, let's give her simple calls where she can build her confidence in the line out, and also it can give us a great platform.
Exactly, the backs are very dangerous. So a line now to bring in 5 or 7 of the Brunel players gives Met a great opportunity. But it's little mistakes which have cost them so far. Brunel taking the chance and going all the way. The clock's gone red here. Met on the attack. Sharon Griffith throws it out. There's a slight forward pass, but the ref hasn't seen it. Met will take that all day. They're still going. Quick ball at the back of the ruck. Just what they want. Here comes again. It's Freya Bell stepping into that 10 position, but it's Abby Mayrick who spills it forward. Maybe a bit of nerves in her first game back. She'll grow into it. A huge carry there by Jasmine Adorney. Tip back inside to Izzy Twigger. She goes alone. The ball's gone loose. Cardiff Met take it. Advantage over, and it will go back to the scrum. Brunel scrum on their own 10-metre line. Middle of the pitch. It can be hard to defend, but if not done right, it can be hard to attack as well. We'll see which way they will opt to go here. I have an inkling they might go toward the right. Lauren Casson, the scorer, stood out there, waiting for the ball. Such an evenly matched game so far, Maisie.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant game so far. I think Met have showed how dangerous they can be when they've got the ball, but also Brunel have scored twice now, straight off Cardiff Met's mistakes. So I think we're still waiting to see the best from Brunel, which is probably a terrifying thought for Cardiff Met.
Spilled in the scrum. And that is half-time in the BUCS Super Rugby Milk Championship Cup quarter-final. It's all level here after the break. A couple lovely tries we've seen so far. You see the debate between the referees in the middle there. Both teams will head back into their huddles. A huge, huge half. 2 well-worked tries each for both sides. We go back. Maisie, what will be the opinions? How will the players feel now going into half-time? Will they be happy with how things have gone so far?
I think so. I think Cardiff Met will probably be disappointed with, especially this try at the end Brunel scored. I just think it's just about getting the simple things like done well. Like I think little mistakes have cost us, but also then going on to Brunel, I think they've capitalised on their mistakes, but also like when they've had the ball, they've been really good too. So
it's both teams staying on the pitch. A short half-time possibly, but for now we're going to throw you back down to our presenter, Tom Flint.
Fantastic. As mentioned already, it couldn't be closer at this point. 14-all in this quarter-final between the holders, Cardiff Met, and Brunel. The other big rugby news out of the club this week, or in the last few days, is that head coach of the men's team, Dr. Ian Gardner, is stepping down from his post at the end of the season. We're able to catch up with him, get a teaser that you can catch the full video on YouTube for, about his experience working with Cardiff Met.
Guys, I'll stick again today, guys.
Years again, is he?
Yeah.
I did wonder.
5, 6.
Now. It's time for a new era, a new chapter, and hopefully an even more successful chapter in the university's rugby history. You know, when you came here, you became an archer straight away. Once you crossed that whitewash, once you entered that field of play, you were a Cardiff Institute, BUCS or Cardiff Met archer, and that lives on today. That nothing's changed with that. And as I said, it's made me, it's shaped me, it's in many respects made me who I am now. And so I'm very, very thankful to it. And you know, when I probably as a 19-year-old coming in as a fresher in 1990, you know, who would have thought I'd be sitting here now?
And most importantly, a massive thank you from everyone here at Cardiff Met for all the work that Dr. Ian Gardner has done for the club and also for us as a university over the last 10 years as well. He's going to be staying on as a lecturer, luckily, so we'll still see him around the club, but stepping down as head coach. And now it's not just rugby that we have on campus at the moment. We're also able to catch up on what's happened in some of the other BUCS sports so far this season.
We're coming to the end of another exciting BUCS season. I'm Abby Peters and these are your biggest stories of this year. After a 21-5 win against Bristol Threes last week, our lacrosse team has been successful in winning their league with some standout performances across this season. Both the men's and women's rugby first teams have made the knockouts of the BUCS Super Rugby Milk Championships, and the women are looking to retain their title. Over in the sports hall, the futsal team have gone unbeaten this season, winning their BUCS Western Tier 2 League, all with one game in hand. Both the men's and women's football first teams enjoyed their successful league campaigns. However, both teams fell short during the playoffs.
Bowen again. Shot from range. Oh, it's gone in! What a strike! It's the second for Bowen.
Although most teams have wrapped up their BUCS season now, some teams are still looking for promotion, like the men's first hockey team, who are facing Newcastle in the playoffs in the coming weeks. That's all for now, but with knockout fixtures still to come, there is plenty still to play for.
So, that was the BUCS season so far. I'm lucky enough to be joined by our BUCS correspondent, Libby Mardell-Lines.
Hello.
Libby, you're fortunate enough to be on the sideline, like the rest of us, for this game. What have you seen so far?
Well, it's been a very physical game so far. Obviously, quarterfinals, so lots going on. Met have been very quick in the breakdown, very aggressive, but some of those last woman tackles, obviously, letting them down a little bit. But if they can go into the second half, you know, improving that defence a little more and, you know, sticking with that attack in Brunel's half, I think we could be in for wanting up that score and pushing that above the level that we currently have.
Yeah, for sure. I think we should be in for a fantastic second half. But as we mentioned, it's not just rugby that we've had on campus so far. So I think you're going to tell us about some of the badminton that's been going on.
Yes, so we had the badminton today. Sorry, I have to refer to the notes. There's just so many sports going on campus. No, badminton today, it was their final men's ones league game. Now, that meant that they drew 4-4 to Cardiff today, actually. And so they finished second in the league. And I actually have a quote from their captain. So Owen Porter, he said that the boys had an amazing season with our final game against Bath at final game. They have their final game against Bath at Varsity, which they're very much looking forward to, and really hoping that next year they can go on and, you know, move up that table and win the league. But a very well done to them. Second in the league is still very, very impressive. So massive congratulations to them.
Yeah, huge congratulations to the badminton team. And I think there's also been some tennis that's been going on as well.
Yeah, all across the courts today. So tennis, they also had a really, really successful day. 5-1 to the women's and 5-1 to the men's. That was against Plymouth and Swansea. Now, they actually have a match coming up this Saturday, if you want to come down and watch it, against their alumni. So every year, so for the last 10 years, they've done a students versus alumni match. So that's going on this Saturday. So definitely go down and have a look. The alumni have taken the trophy 8 years in a row, so they'll definitely be wanting to win this one.
Brilliant, and thank you very much for that, Libby. We're now going to throw back to comms, which is Eben and Maisie.
Thank you, Tom. We are back underway here. Floodlights beaming down on the players. It's Brunel to get us underway. Met back on their own 22. Cookie with a pass out the back again. You mentioned the importance of both 10 minutes each side of the half. You know, it's crucial for either team to get their noses in front here. How will they try and do that?
I think just keeping possession, playing in the right areas, like let's not overplaying your own half, but also like understanding that keeping the ball and putting your opposition under pressure is what's going to get you down into that half.
Maddie Hughes gets us onto the halfway line. And there's Cookie to go. She stops the contact and goes down. Basics are so important in this game as well. As I say that, it's Freya Bell who marches through, I believe. Apologies, that was Jess Rogers. She had the speed of a centre. Rampaging through. Catherine Stewart takes it in. Jess Rogers again. Gets off her feet and goes into contact. Els Watkins with the ball out to Emily Joyce, the captain. It's coming all the way out wide. Lois Jones holds onto the ball and it's just a loose pass into touch there. The referee going to the line out. I believe Brunel have been given an option of a scrum or a line out here, as there was a knock on. They have opted for the line out. Hayley Jones, the scorer, just before half time. She'll be on an immense high throwing this ball in. And it's high that the jumpers go as well.
I think that shows how strong Met's scrum was the first half. They opted to go for the line out there and it hasn't gone to hand, which now results in Met regaining the ball. So I think that's credit to Met's set piece of the scrum.
That's a huge part of the line out as well. You know, you put disrupting the ball. You know, you've got to be careful how you do it, but it works all the time when you do it. If you can just get a hand on that ball, it makes a mess of things for the opposition.
And especially now that if both teams compete, are not straight, but then if one team doesn't, then it's play on. So I think it's just important about getting.
Els Watkins saw a little gap. She went by herself. No 9 called here. And it's Clara Stevens who chucks it out in this huge quarter-final. And it's been picked up by Maddie Hughes. She is on a rampage, but it's been turned over. The experienced head of Sophie Moulton regathers the ball. And they're going to go for one phase before the exit here. And the ball's stumbled. Met regather possession.
It's on if they can get it quickly out here on the
There's
left.
Players to the left, but Cookie decides to go by herself. She gets ever closer. We can expect to see her slung out here. And it's Freya Bell who goes into contact. She is inches away. We're back to the forwards, and it's been given. It's a try for Cardiff Met. 3 minutes into this second half. And it's the captain, fantastic Emily Joyce, who puts Met back in the lead. Topsy-turvy game. Met come out stronger into the second half. And that all came from that little mistake at the breakdown by Brunel. We see the replay of that carry, Freya Bell. The tackle just off by Emily Lunn, and it gives Emily Joyce, the captain, an opportunity to plunge forward and put Met back in the lead. Maddie Hughes kneeling down to line up her kick here. Accuracy from both kickers towards the post has been fantastic so far in this game. It goes quiet again on Rugby 1. See the Brunel players in the huddle behind those posts. They'll be disappointed to concede so early. And I might have jinxed it for Maddie Hughes as she just pulls that one to the right of the posts. And it stays 19-14 to Brunel I mentioned that disappointment conceding so early. How will Brunel pick themselves up now?
I think it's just like it's only 5 minutes into this half. Like they're only 5 points behind now. The game's still all to play for.
Everything is to play for in a game of this importance. Brunel bring us back under play again. Amy Wilcox with a kick wide and it bounces. A lovely kick, well weighted. Bounces just in front of Rose Walker and a line out for Brunel. Just outside of the Met 22. It'll be Bethan Candlin to throw in this time. Sorry, I'm wrong again. Hayley Jones to throw in. She's at the back of this maul, rampaging forward, driving away. There's outnumbered in the maul by Brunel players. It stops, and the ball comes out, and it's Sophie Moulton. It's spilled. Has it gone forward? It's gone forward there, but the ref plays it on. Met lining up for the box kick.
That is some
Els
driving
Watkins
maul.
opts to play the ball. It's Jess Rogers into contact. A big carry. Well stuck by Emily Lunn, the tackler. The ball's just going to floor here. But it's gathered by Lois Jones, the Scarlets Academy player. Abby Merrick putting herself into scrum half, and the kick by Clara Stevens stays in field. Probably not what she would have hoped for. Now is an opportunity for Brunel to storm forward. They go through Lauren Casson. Now it goes out to Melanie Phillips. She's still going. Brought down then. And it's Annabelle Meta. But it's turned over again. The ball's everywhere in this game. Katrin Stewart takes the ball. Kick by Freya Boyle. Was it touched? A big chase by Sharon Griffiths, who gets a foot to it. She could go all the way here. It's a foot race all the way to the line.
Oh.
And it just bounces awkwardly for Morgan Burke, the captain. There's a knock on. Plenty of yards gained there. Pinning Brunel back on their own 10-metre line. 10 metres out from the try line. Met will go into the scrum with bags of confidence. And if there's anywhere to turn a scrum ball over, it is here. We see that might have been held onto by Emily Lunn. She does well to get to the ball, and it just bounces awkwardly up into her hands and then off. We're packing down for the scrum. Underneath the posts. Plenty of debate in the crowd about what could happen next. And the scoreboard shows 19-14, 5 points in it. Nothing separating these sides so far. It's all to play for in the quarter-final. We're going to pack down for the scrum once the Brunel player finishes receiving treatment. The crowd look content so far, Maisie.
Yeah, I think it's a great start for Met this first half. We spoke before half-time about how important these 10 minutes would be. And this is going to be a really important scrum, and one that Brunel are probably going to be under pressure to clear.
Here we go, packing down. Rose Walker in the second row wearing number 19 now. She came on early. He's had quite an impact, some lovely carries by her. The ball is fed in. But it has gone down. I believe we'll go to the reset now. Going to the scrum, the reset. Props getting excited, and it's a lovely shove by Matt. has gone down to ground, but Brunel do come out with the ball, and it's a kick into the arms of Sharon Griffiths. She bounces out of the tackle and she's still going. An offload, and it's that split-second decision again. And then it's Margot Sherrier who's carried into touch. You mentioned those 50-50 offloads in the first half. That was definitely one of them by Sharon Griffiths. She's had a lovely game so far, but it's little things like that which can make or break an attack for either side. The ball into the back of the line out. Jasmine Adorni up high to receive it.
It's a brilliant
down into the maul. Brunel seem to be utilising the maul a bit more in the second half.
I definitely think that they should be going for more. Oh, another break from
And she's found a line. And it's Speedy Jones again. She goes down in Met's 10 metre line. They're going to play tight to this edge here, right underneath us.
Right.
The ball's been turned over, but it will go back to a penalty.
Brunel should 100% go for touch here. I think they've had 2 driving mauls this half, and I dread to think the amount of metres they've gained from it.
Accuracy off the boot of Amy Wilcox will be important here. It's a tough kick to get some yards and keep it out of play, but she masters it. An awkward angle, but she does well. And it's a scrum just inside Met's 22. And it's a substitution for Brunel, I believe. And Bethan Candlin has gone down to receive some treatment. We'll see the replay of that peel off from the back of the maul. Hayley Jones with an hand off, and then finally gets pulled down. Player is receiving treatment down here. A chance for Brunel to talk things through with this maul. Can they go with the maul all the way here, Maisie?
If I put my Met hat on, I would love to say no, but after seeing both of them Brunel mauls, I wouldn't put it past them.
Hayley Jones will be looking for all those gaps again. She's so good at finding them. She needs to be correct here. She is. And it's the early set of them all the players from the line out in, but it's gone down. Arms out for an advantage by the referee, and Hayley Jones peels off again. Jess Rogers tries to rip the ball out of her hands, and she has done. But we will come back to that penalty advantage. Collapsing the maul by Cardiff Met. Another opportunity to set up the maul. It's all down to Hayley Jones here. An accurate throw and a powerful push from the back of the maul could give her her second of this game. Met will chuck the players up to try and disrupt it, but they stay down. And the maul is going, is still going, and the ball is at the back with Hayley Jones. Has she gone over? I believe the ball's still playable. It's not, it's been held up. Lovely defence by Cardiff Met. Who was at the bottom of that pile, I wonder? Of course it was Maddie Hughes. Huge game for her tonight. And she hasn't half put in a performance. Be the dropout on the try line. Clara Stevens looking to go quickly. She does so. High up into the air. Well dealt with by Amy Wilcox. Now Brunel attack again. Hayley Jones, she's been busy. She's still going, knocking at the door. Annabelle Mehta this time to take it in. Tackled by Abby Merrick. The ball's recycled into the hands of Scarlett Down. She's pushing forward. Rose Walker got up high to steal the ball. I believe it was Abby Merrick that finished it off. Stole the ball from the Brunel hands. two big moments in defence for Cardiff Met there. Packing down for the scrum. Shirt numbers causing a bit of confusion up here on the gantry. We believe it is Mia Habbowen wearing the number 19 shirt. She's still on the pitch. So the Met side remains unchanged. The ball out, a kick from Clara Stevens. It's a good chase. Morgan Burke might claim she was pushed there. The referee won't agree and he'll go out for a line out to Brunel. It's a bit harsh. I feel like Morgan Burke might have been tampered with in that chase. Go in early. The ball is spilled at the back of the line out. Hayley Jones has been spot on with those line outs so far. It's the first mistake this half. A lovely kick through by Evie Loizos. Can Margot Sherrier get there? She can, but she might get hold of the ball. Just falls to the floor. The ball is in the Met hands. It's been stolen, but it will be a penalty as Margot Sherrier just went off her feet in that attempt. It was Evie Loizos who tried to steal it after her, but to no avail. Opportunity for Amy Wilcox to find touch again now. Another line out. Just on the halfway line. Hayley Jones to throw the ball in. Redemption after the last one. Go to the maul again. Do it every time here. And it is moving. Inches by inches. Cookie trying to make a nuisance of herself on that blind side. A lovely offload. And here goes Izzy Twigger. She's quick. She bounces off tackles, but a lovely recovery tackle by Morgan Burke. Brunel on a rampage. Saran Griffiths just put her hand in the way of that pass. And it will be a yellow card for the fullback. Unfortunate. But a deliberate knock-on is a deliberate knock-on. What do you make of that, Maisie?
I think it's fair enough, to be honest. I think she's gone in for the tackle, but also she knew what she was doing there.
I agree. I don't think she intended really to hit that ball, but the arm was out for the tackle.
Can we talk about Brunel's forwards, though?
How quick are they? Absolutely lightning speed on all of them. You see her flying. Izzy Twigger.
I want their speed programme.
There's the line out for Brunel down to the maul again. A dangerous position here for Cardiff Met to be defending in. But it's well held in that maul. They're going nowhere. Maddie Hughes tries to stop Sophie Moulton in her tracks, but she does well. There she is again. Ball out to Emily Lunn. She puts it into the hands of Rosie Tidball. 10 metres out from the line here. Sophie Moulton gets the ball out once again. Scarlett down the other Scott. Brunel recycling the ball quickly. Met have to organise on the line here. This is huge. Maddie Hughes gets in there early. She couldn't quite finish the tackle. Ball spills out. Sophie Moulton controls it. Still going here, Brunel knocking at that door. Met keep it swiftly locked for now. There they go again. They're going ever so much closer. Met piling bodies into those rucks. We're inches away from the line. And it is a try. It's Jasmine Adorney, I believe, who goes over. It is a lovely work try from Brunel. Got patience in the 5 metre line, keeping the ball safe. Maisie, what does that mean to this game?
That's really important for Brunel. I think they've been in Met's half now quite a while, and if they didn't come away with points, it probably would have been not so good for them. But they've been clinical. They've scored there, and now it's 19-all with the conversion to come. So
they go in try for try here at Rugby 1. Lauren Leone, an opportunity to put Brunel in the lead for the first time in this game. Just to the right of the posts. Some screams of cheer from underneath us. And she's correct with it. Right down the middle. A lovely kick.
I
and
think
it is
Ruby Pike's come on for Freya Bell too.
Ruby Pike onto the field of play. A couple nervous faces out there in the crowds. There's still nothing in this game, and I do have a feeling that that's the way this tale is going to go. Ruby Pike on the field. It's kicked off again here. Brunel, a big carry. Sophie Moulton now with an opportunity to put the ball on the plate for the Brunel forwards. They keep attacking that left side. Sophie Moulton with a box kick now. It's got over the top. It's been spilled by Clara Stevens. She'll be disappointed with that. Many more handling errors in this half from both sides. What could be the cause of that?
I think Brunel are just putting Met under pressure, and we've probably gone quiet now for the past 10 minutes, and Brunel are thriving off it. They're getting more confident in the way they're playing, and like we've just seen now, they've put that kick up and we haven't been able to field it.
There's plenty of pressure on both sides in this game, but Brunel taking the upper hand and pushing more on Cardiff Met. 60 minutes played, 20 to go. Another scrum for Brunel. There's an advantage, I believe, for Brunel. The ball slips out of Emily Lunn's hands, but it's get regathered. And now they go again. A grubber kick through. There's Margot Sherrier to put it into the hands of Morgan Burke. Morgan Burke with a kick over the top. Now Amy Wilcox looks on a rampage here. She puts it out wide. And it's Lucy Sharp down the left. Now it's Rosie Tidsball going all the way, and it is a try. Another try from nothing for Brunel. Putting pressure with a box kick. That piles more nerves onto the Met bench. A well-worked try, Maisie.
Yeah, and this conversion is huge. It puts them 2 scores ahead if she gets this.
Well held on to by Lucy Sharp, putting Rosie Tidball through at the last second. Lovely worked try, and it all came from that spill on the box kick from Met, and the inability to hold their ground then. Lauren Leone has an opportunity. 100% conversion success rate for her tonight. You could hear a pin drop here at Rugby 1 as she steps up to take it. Striked not perfectly. Didn't have the legs to go all the way. Met still within 1 converted try here. Brunel looking confident, hoping to extend their lead now. We have a couple substitutions in the Brunel side, one of those being the Welsh player Crystal James. Cardiff Rugby under 18s, Wales under 20s. Now Brunel against Cardiff Met.
And recently her first appearance for Gwalia Lightning against Brython.
You've been in the Gwalia camp recently as well. How was that experience for you, playing with many of these girls?
Yeah, it's been great. Like, I've had the best of both worlds, where I've played with Gwalia, but also played in Bristol, which has been great for developing my experience. But I was running water for Brithon, and Crystal was making her debut and was brilliant when she come on, so credit to her.
She'll hope to carry that on today. Ball peels off the back of the maul. Well cleared out there. Now we're going out wide. Maya Champion is also on the field, a back row who has a history of playing outside centre as well, something we see much more of in the modern game. Short passes by Brunel. A kick over the top. Well gathered by Margot Sherrier, who she puts the up and under through. Well recovered by Sophie Moulton, the captain. She wings it out wide. Bit of space there for Rosie Tidball. She's rapid when she does get that space. Ball coming back across. And there's a gap. She couldn't quite get away from the tackle. And it's been turned over. Now here goes Maddie Hughes. We see how powerful she is with the carries. And it shows again there. I believe there is a Brunel hand on the ball, but it does come back out.
I think Emily Joyce's fingertips have saved Met in this game then. Because if she didn't have hold of her, that would have been a try under the sticks.
Kicked over. Emily Joyce, the hero here. Great tackle by Jess Rogers to hold Brunel back. Now goes Nicole Waring, the replacement hooker. There's going to be a kick now. Needs to be fielded better than the last box kick in that area. Bounces. A chance for Brunel to trace it down. Some lovely feet here by Ruby Pike, I believe. No, it isn't. Sorry, it's Margot Sherrier.
Ruby Pike.
Here's Ruby Pike. Centre in the Bristol Bears camp. Met cracking down the defence phase by phase. Mia Half-Bowen takes it into contact. Met seem to be playing a bit of that pendulum game, going back and forth, back and forth. A lovely line. Big carry by Clara Stevens, gets Met ever closer. Oh, and it's been stumbled, but regathered by Mia Half-Bowen. There's an advantage, and the penalty comes for Met. They go quick with it, and it's Matthew Hughes who crashes over. As she has, the arm is up by the referee. A huge try for Cardiff Met. Phenomenal score there. Great timing. Conversion brings Met back level. Decision making, we've seen Maddie Hughes going quick and then not be successful. She does it there and crashes over the line. Huge score, Maisie.
Yeah, we spoke about her in the preview and said how great she's been for Cardiff Met, and she showed it again there. Scoring now, that's crucial. If Met didn't score down here, it could have turned into a completely different game, but hopefully she gets this conversion and then we're in for a good 10 minutes.
Chances haven't been coming thick and fast for Met in this half, so it's really, really important they do take them when they get them, and they do down there.
I think it's also credit to Brunel. Like they've been putting some great plays together and been playing in the right areas and been putting Met under pressure, and Met haven't dealt with it as well as they did the first half. So
we are back level. Maddie Hughes converts her own try. 14 points off her own back. 17 including the earlier kicks. Brunel get us back in the way. Feet by Catching Stewart, looking angry into that carry. She stopped in her tracks. Knees are down, so the tackle is made.
I think also a few substitutions for Met, which I think is important. It's been a hard physical game, so why not get fresher legs on the pitch, as I say that.
Depth in the bench is really important in a game like this. You know, fresh legs against tired bodies speaks for yourself, really, doesn't it? A penalty for Brunel.
I wonder what they're going to do off this.
She has to fine touch first, and she does so. Thumping kick.
I think we need to compete, yeah. I don't think we should stay down. Let's put pressure on the throw.
I agree. Will Varney up in the coach's box agree with us, though?
I think they're staying down.
Elizabeth Cook, arms flared, ready to get her head in that maul.
Yeah, staying
They
down.
stay down. Maul is formed. Met have to hold their ground here, give them nothing. Nicole Waring, the replacement hooker. Catching Stewart has her hands on her. Brunel knock at the door again with a carry from Lauren Leone. But a penalty, a turnover for Met. Lisa Newton down there. She's looking slightly anxious so far. Still plenty of smiles down on that Cardiff Met dugout. And in the opposition coaching staff, we've got Abby Burton as the head coach. 12 England caps for her. Trail finders regular. Proper rugby brain. Abby Mayrick with the ball into the line out. Received it a bit early in that line. There's Cookie storming forward, but it is spilled. Sophie Moulton showing her experience and her skill. And it's Catching Stewart had gone a bit early there. And it comes back to the penalty. Varney up to his old tricks again. In between the barriers. He doesn't look too happy at the moment. But the mullet is still flowing. It's a kick to touch. Another opportunity for Brunel. Will Met stay down here again, or will they?
I think they are going to stay down, but if they're going to stay down, they need to stop this more. Like, yeah, they stay down again.
Getting the player onto the edge of them all. Just cutting off that corner so she can't get any yards. Catching Stewart seems to be doing that. She brings her down. About 15 metres out here. And a penalty. Again, discipline.
He's going to have a word.
Falling away, and it's going to be some stern words with Emily Joyce, I believe, here. No, it's Morgan Burke who's having a slight telling off. Is it a case of a few more and lose another player?
I think so, and especially with how Brunel's mauls are going, I think that puts Met under so much pressure. Fair play to Abby Mayrick, first game back, and she's played 73 minutes.
A great shift by all of those Met players who started. A little dink into the corner.
This is huge.
Is game changing. A maul on the 5 metre line. Met have to hold their ground. Brunel will try and push over him. The ball's at the back with Scarlett down. Now it's in the hands of replacement hooker Nicole Waring. They're going forward. They have gone down, and the arms up by the referee. Another try off the back of them all. Smiles all around in the Brunel camp. Not so much with the Cardiff Met fans. Disappointment. 31-26 with 5 minutes to go here.
That definitely is disappointing. Like you said, we've stayed down there now, but it's controversial. But if we compete there, that's not straight. So it's a tough one. But also
rule.
credit to Brunel. That's another great driving maul.
It's a tough decision to make, whether you do stay down. If you do throw someone up and it's an easy ball for Brunel, maul's even easier again for him. But you know, the way lineouts have been going, disruption has gone in the favour of Met.
Oh, it's a great conversion again.
Lauren Leone, accurate off that right boot again to put Brunel 33-26, 9 points separating this team. It's been all Brunel in this second half. We're back in the way here. Spilled, a big chase from Met, but is regathered by Brunel. They go again right down that far hand side. An advantage and a penalty again. Penalty count is flying up. Penalty count is climbing up. And it's going to be Emily Lunn to put the ball into touch. It's a lovely kick again. Distance and accuracy by the Brunel fly half. Cobham RFC original. And an England 18s honour in the bank. Another line out. Met will throw someone up this time. Will they? It looks as if it's going to be Leah Stewart. Two sisters in the back row. 3 Llangefni RFC players on the field, making us Gogs proud. A lovely kick. It bounces and it's offloaded, but it spills. Saran Griffiths is there. The third of the Llangefni players. She does well, but the referee brings it back for a line out. Again, it's in that weird crunch area, whether you throw someone up or not. See the players coming in. The ball's thrown in. And the maul rampant again by Brunel. They storm forward into the 22, gaining metre by metre.
Oh, and an advantage.
An advantage in their favour.
I wonder if they'll go for posts here.
A penalty is given. I would not be surprised in the slightest.
She's been great off the tee.
Lauren Leone.
Yeah, I can see their assistant coach beer pointing towards the posts.
The decision's made from up in the gantry, in the coach's box. Rather, player receiving treatment again. An opportunity for Lauren Leone if she does go for posts. It's in her hands to put Met 11 points ahead. Vorney going nervouser by the second. I don't know if nervouser is the word, but he's getting more nervous, I can guarantee you that. Scoreboard beckoning down on Rugby 1. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. With so little time left, Maisie, have you got us a man of the match? A woman of the match, rather?
Yeah, I think there's been quite a few standout performers. I think for Met, Jess Rogers has been great. She's had quite a few line breaks, turnovers, and also Maddie Hughes. She's scoring 2 tries, and the tempo and turnovers that she's had too. But for Brunel, I think Lauren Leone has been great off the tee, and without her conversions, would Brunel be as ahead as they are? But I think the player of the match for me has to be their number 2, Hayley Jones. I think she's broke the line many a times, put Met under plenty of pressure, and got a crucial score for her side.
Kick is missed, dragged to the right of the post. Sarah Griffiths in 2 minds, but she does decide to dot the ball down in the end. So your player of the match tonight is number 2, Hayley Jones. Immense burst of pace from her own half to score the 2nd try for Brunel, and a brilliant all-round performance for her.
And I think a crucial time, like scoring just before half-time, And just backing yourself, like for her to back herself from the halfway as a front row forward.
Pinned her ears back and legged it, and no one could catch her. Another big scrum. Can't help but feel it's falling from the grasp of Met here. A huge scrum and a penalty for Brunel. 5 metres out, they go quick. And it's Maddie Jackson who goes closer to the line. The ball's stuck in the ruck, but it is at the back. And they're going and going again. Around the corner. Losing yards, has the ball. The ball was in the Met's hands, but it was unplayable. So we will go back to a penalty for offside.
They should go for sticks here.
80 minutes on the clock. Just to the right of the posts. Maisie, you think they should go for posts?
Definitely, I think run the clock down, it puts them 2 scores ahead. And Met have just had a yellow card. I just think it would be silly to do anything else than to go for sticks. It's knockout rugby.
It's a second yellow for Saran Griffiths.
Yeah, they're going for posts.
A red card in the dying moments, but it will count for nothing if Met can't get themselves back in this game.
She's on the pitch, so they...
Has she been sent off? She's still down here. A bit of confusion.
Yeah, I think the T was already on the pitch, which I don't think Met would mind if the ref didn't see that, but...
They are going for posts.
She's been great off the tee, so she should slot this.
This, in her box, would go down as an easier one from the collection tonight. Met looking downhearted under the post. You can't help but feel for him. Ahead for huge parts of this game, and it just fell out of their hands in the second half. And it is Lauren Leone to put 3 on the board. 36-26 now.
I wonder what the referee's clock is.
Our clock displays 80. The clock on the building to our left displays 80. But the referee thinks there's time for another one. Met need a converted try and a penalty, which looks unlikely. Brunel can hold on to the ball, run that clock down. But it has been regathered by Met. One last chance in this quarter-final. One last chance to remake the beauty of last season. The ball spilled again. Ayla Pomeroy's stuck in there. Cookie again with ball in hand. But it's held on to by Crystal James. The referee doesn't see anything wrong with that. So we are still playing. Maddie Hughes goes alone around the corner. Support behind her in the form of Leah Stewart. Met go down all the way out to the right. Evie Loizos with a big carry. Going in high. They're going to pick and go. She's picked it from the side of the ruck. Is that it? Is that the final blow? The last page of a book for a few of these Met girls? It is indeed. The referee blows his whistle. Ecstasy in the Brunel camp. Disappointment in Cardiff Met. We see the subs marching onto the pitch through the Met players. Maisie, how are you feeling?
Gutted, to be honest with you. But also credit to Brunel. I think they rode the wave of Met in the first half. I think Met threw everything at them, and they went into half-time 14-all. And I think that tells a story. And then in the second half, then they come into their own, started playing some great stuff, and put Met under serious pressure.
We're going to go and have a look at the tries which made that win possible for Brunel. The first one out the back to Saran Griffiths, who stepped inside and stepped again under the posts. The end of the game didn't end like that for her. That was the first try. Met go ahead, and then it was rampant Hayley Jones. Sorry, it was Lauren Casson. A very similar try to Hayley Jones's. Storming through the middle, brushing off tackles. Met came back to answer again. The forwards this time having their say. Cookie with a big carry. And then it was Maisie Hughes to finish it off. She converted her own try. The overthrow. Now it was Hayley Jones's time to shine. She legged it all the way from her own half. The chase from Saran Griffiths wasn't quite quick enough to catch up with her, and she put Brunel level. It was a similar try to the second for Met. Forwards dotting over again. And Rosie Hughes converting that one. And then came the flood of mauls by Brunel, getting them closer to the line, putting them over, keeping them in the game. And then in the second half, they ran away with it, with a try for Rosie Tidball in the corner to bring Brunel back into the game. Met did answer back. It was a penalty, a quick tap from Rosie Hughes. She got her second of the game and dotted over. And then the maul again from Brunel. Nicole Waring this time. And that was the final nail in the coffin of Cardiff Met, ending their journey in the BUCS Super Rugby Championship, Milk Championship Cup, and brings the end to their season. A phenomenal display of rugby here. Disappointment in Met is visible down there in the huddle. But it was a very, very good effort, but couldn't quite see it through. Nice to see some smiles still down there. Lisa Newton leading the talk. And it's that famous Met clap that brings this game to its end. We are now Brunel doing so well to keep themselves in that game and then running away with it in the end. It was a great game, and it falls towards the Londoners. Tears in Cardiff Met, but there will be another opportunity next season. Cookie being ever the leader, consolidating her teammates. And on that note, we will wrap things up and throw you back down to Tom Flint, our presenter. 36-26 it ends here. Over to you, Tom.
Good evening. Yeah, we're here with Abby Burton, who's the head coach of Brunel. We spoke before the game. You said you expected it to be a really tough game, but how was that compared to what you were expecting?
Yeah, definitely what we expected. We expected them to come out firing and a bit of back and forth. I think for us, it just came down to us sticking to our processes. Our bench came on and did an outstanding job. Our starters, they absolutely flogged themselves. So we're in a position for us to win at the end. And yeah, we did it.
Yeah, sure. And massive congratulations again. It's the first season that Brunel have competed in the Women's BUCS Super Rugby. What does it mean to be able to get to the semi-finals?
Yeah, it's super promising and excited for what's to come. We've always had the belief in this group, and the fact that in our first season we've been able to topple last year's champs is brilliant. And the fact that we're going on to play against Hartpury next, are the only team in the league that we haven't beaten. And I'm truly a believer, and Meg says it all the time, that what is written is already written for us. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what's it been like coaching this team as well? I mean, how was that compared to what you were maybe expecting at the start of the season?
Yeah, coaching this team's like honestly a privilege every single day. I get to coach some of the girls that I play with at Trailfinders, some of the girls who've come into Red Roses, but then some of the girls who just love Brunel and want to be there and who've been with that team since prior to getting into Super BUCS Rugby. You know what, I love my job, and it's a privilege every single day that I get to wake up and get to coach these girls. They're just an absolute credit to themselves, credit to their families. They show up every single day, and yeah, I couldn't ask for a better group of girls to coach.
Yeah, I can imagine as well. World Cup winner Abby Burton, thank you very much for joining us. Really
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
it. Yeah.
Thank you.
So it is Brunel that end up being the winners in this game. We're also fortunate enough to be joined by player of the match, Hayley Jones. Hayley, how you doing? Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That was pretty tense to be watching. It must have been even more tense to be involved in.
Yeah, honestly, especially that first half, neck and neck the entire time. Like it was toss of a coin, really. I think like the dominance that both teams were showing in that contact area, like we were properly evenly matched. I think it was just really fun to play, honestly. And then second half, like they came out firing, but so did we. And I think like yeah, tough. Like I was definitely blowing it a lot of those points. But yeah, and then coming off with sort of 15-20 minutes to go, the tension on the bench, but just just such good energy from the girls that that's what we want. That's why we're here.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it was one in the second half. I mean, what area do you think of the game were you able to dominate in?
I think just sort of like our contact and our dominance, and also but just trusting our process. I think like in the first half we were sort of maybe a bit jittery at times. Like we wanted to play, but maybe hadn't earned the right. And I think in the second half we just trusted our process. Our subs came on and absolutely blew it out the park. Like the energy, but the composure as well. I think really like that's what got it for us in the end.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, how much confidence are you going to be able to take into the semi-final now against Hartpury?
Yeah, loads. And honestly, Captain Sophie said at the end there, like we're really excited to go play them because they're the only team in the league that we haven't beaten yet. So actually, like it's a great opportunity to go out and try and play them again and see what we can do. We have nothing to lose, so it'll be a great game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you mentioned Hartpury haven't been beaten so far as well. Is that something that you're going to be looking at in preparation and kind of targeting certain areas on their sides, or anything that you think you've already looking at the last game, you think you'd be able to maybe exploit?
Yeah, I think a lot of it, to be fair, is actually just ourselves. I think like obviously they're a very solid team in a lot of their areas, but I actually think like if we stick to our process like we did in that second half, and we just do what we do best and we'll play to our super strengths, I think that's what we really need, really. And whatever happens on the day, doesn't it? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, we mentioned it before, it's your first season as a team in the Women's BUCS Super Rugby. So getting to semi-finals is a massive achievement. What does it mean for this group of players?
Honestly, it means everything. I don't know if you could hear it on the sidelines. We're screaming like every sort of little win, especially in those last 20-30 minutes. Yeah, honestly, it means the world to us. And I know how much the coaches are invested as well. And you can really just feel it in everything they say, everything they do. And that really goes on to the players as well. And I think the amount of grit that we showed in that game, I think that just shows how much it means to us.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, Hayley Jones, player of the match, congratulations, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All the best in the next round.
Thank you very much.
So we're now able to be joined by Maddie Hughes, who's Met player as well, and one of the best players on the Met side in this game as well. Maddie, commiserations, that's a really tough loss, but how are you feeling coming off that?
Yeah, obviously it sucks to lose, but I can't fault our effort as a team. I thought we put together a good game, just ended up falling up a little bit short.
Yeah, for sure. It looked like there was a huge amount of energy expended on both sides. Mm-hmm. Both teams really emptied the tank in there, so nothing left on the field. Yeah. I imagine that you can take a certain amount of pride in that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great word to describe it, pride. Obviously, we represent Cardiff Met, and we try to do our best to play for the program and the people that have come here before us. So yeah, like I said, I think we gave all the effort we could tonight and just ended up falling short.
Yeah, and commiserations again. Yeah. I mean, holders at the moment, having won the championship last season as well. Do you think that's something that has created a bit more extra pressure for you at all?
Yeah, I actually wasn't here last season. This is my first season with Met. But I know that there was a lot of buzz around us at the beginning of the season, especially because we did win. So yeah, I think it does add a little bit of pressure, some artificial pressure that we bring on ourselves. But yeah, I think it does add a little bit of pressure. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it shouldn't affect us. Just ended up falling short tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, really tough way to end the season as well. What are the positives that you think you can bring into next season?
Yeah, I think it'll be good to just everybody have a couple weeks break before we get back to training again, and then regroup for preseason. We'll have a couple games before the start of the regular season. So yeah, I think some things we can take away again, just effort. We got to clean up our discipline a little bit around the breakdown. And we've been working on that during the season, and it's certainly gotten better. But I think we can always continue to improve on that, continue to gel as a team. Like I said, I think preseason will be very important for those things. We'll get to hang out with each other, and creating bonds off the field always helps you on the field. So I think that's something that's very important and something that we'll try to do more going into next season. I think it will help us a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been a really close-knit team as well. I don't know, what kind of growth and development have you seen within the group over the course of the season, even though it's not the way you'd have wanted to end it?
Yeah, for sure. I think I've seen a lot of growth. At the beginning of the season, obviously we have the girls in who are currently with the with their Celtic teams. But as soon as we lost them, we were a little bit kind of on the rocks as a team because, you have a bunch of new girls coming in. We didn't know each other as well. But I think we've really grown over the past 4 or 5 games this term, and we've gone in an upward trend every single game. We played Brunel our first game back, didn't come out. We didn't do well, but we've improved every single game, and so I think that's something that we can be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. Commiserations again. It's a really tough loss, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of love within the group as well for each other too. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. So we're fortunate enough to be joined again by Libby Mardell-Lyons, who's our BUCS correspondent too. So she's going to tell us a few results that have happened during the course of the day as well. Libby, where do you want to start?
Firstly, I'll start by saying very well done to Brunel, and obviously commiserations to Cardiff Met. So unfortunate. However, Brunel winning does mean they go into the semi-finals against Hartpury. Now, Hartpury obviously won the league, which means they go straight into the semi-finals, and that will be in 2 weeks' time, 8th of April. Also through to the semi-finals tonight got results from across the country this evening. So Loughborough played Cardiff this evening, and it's a bit of a sad day in the Welsh capital today. Cardiff unfortunately lost to Loughborough 82-0, so that was real big. Commiserations to them. So that means Loughborough go into the semi-finals against, drumroll, Exeter. So Exeter won against Edinburgh 24-14 for that team. So that means Loughborough, Exeter, Brunel and Hartpury are all through to the semi-finals, and in the chance with winning the Milk Championship. So obviously all still to play for those 4 teams. Big well done to those 4 teams, and unfortunately commiserations to those that didn't quite make it, but everyone I think has still played extraordinarily tonight, and definitely well done to everyone who's been involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, the semi-finals are taking shape now in the BUCS Women's Super Rugby. You're going to be able to see all of those semi-finals on the BUCS Super Rugby YouTube stream as well. But for now, we've also got a couple of other sports to talk about too, right?
Oh, I believe we do.
Yes.
So regarding other sports that happened across campus today, we had some of our men's rugby. So our men's 4s and 3s plays. The 4s did unfortunately lose to Exeter as well. Exeter have had a good day, I think. They did unfortunately lose 51-19 to Exeter, but our 3s did win. They were against Surrey. Now, they actually beat them last time out 99-5.
Wow.
Didn't thrash them quite as well this time, but did beat them 57-12 this time round. And a big day for our golfers as well. Now, we obviously don't speak about our golf, I think, as much as we should. But our golfers were out today, and they ended up winning 4-1 against Swansea, which meant they won their league today. So very well done to them. And finally on to volleyball. Now, they also had their last league game today, and they finished 3rd in the league with their win against Swansea as well. So that was a 3-0 win. And their captain, I managed to catch up with briefly at the end of her game. She had some lovely things to say, so I'll just quote her here. She said, got off to a rocky start at the start of the season, which was hard, but coming into the final game, it was all about having fun and playing as a team, which led to a good final game, which I think is a lovely note to end on. Basically what BUCS is all about. We play these sports, but also having a good time and playing as a team and really building that community. But really well done to everyone across BUCS who's had some really fantastic seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Libby.
You're welcome.
We're now going to be able to wrap up for the evening. So it is Brunel who come away the victors this evening. Congratulations. In a very tight game against Cardiff Met in the quarterfinal of this BUCS Women's Super Rugby. They go on to the semi-final to face Hartpury. Archers will still take, of course, a huge amount of pride in how competitive they were throughout the course of the game as well. But away from rugby, we also have another event coming up in 4 weeks' time on April 15th. It's the Varsity, and it's Met against Bath. For now, thank you very much for joining us, and good night.
Running like Usain Bolt, swimming if I can't float. With it, take the paper, rip it clean slate. Here we go, dropping like Geronimo, popping Tropicana flows, boats till we bubble up. Undercover, they don't know. Same boat. running like you